Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden stories behind corporate filings, and today we're looking at a company that's been busy building the future, one infrastructure asset at a time. KKR Infrastructure Conglomerate LLC has just dropped its latest report, and while it's not exactly a thrilling page-turner, it does give us a peek into how they're raising money and what they're doing with it. If you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. Come join the conversation. This report officially covers events up to August 22, 2025, but the real action we're interested in happened a bit earlier. The main story here is about KKR Infrastructure LLC, which is the company we're focusing on. They sold a bunch of shares that didn't need to be registered with the government. Now, normally when companies sell stock, they have to go through a whole registration process. But sometimes, often to raise money quickly or from specific types of investors, they can sell shares without that hassle. This is usually allowed for private sales and often for big investors who are presumed to know what they're getting into. Let's break down exactly what was sold. They sold almost 4.8 million Class I shares, and for these shares they brought in over $141 million. Then came the Class S shares. They sold about 3.77 million of these, and these brought in over $110 million. They sold around 130,000 of these, and they got 3 times $8 million for them. So when you add it all up, this one sale on August 1st brought in a total of over $256 million in cash. This all happened under rules that allow companies to sell securities without public registration, mainly to what they call accredited investors, which are generally individuals or entities with high net worth or income, or to investors outside the United States. And this isn't a one-off event. Since they started this private offering back in June of 2023, they've raised a massive $4.749 billion. That's almost $4.80 raised through these private sales. It shows they are very actively raising capital for their infrastructure projects. But that's not the only money they're handling. They also talk about something called the Infrastructure K-Series platform. Think of this as a big umbrella that includes this KKR Infrastructure Conglomerate LLC and other similar investment vehicles managed by KKR, especially those set up overseas. They all work together to invest in infrastructure assets. On the very same day, August 1st, this whole platform, the K-Series platform, sold interest and raised about $529 million. That's more than double what this specific LLC raised on the same day. And since they started this platform, they've raised a staggering $7.951 billion. It really highlights that KKR is a serious player in the infrastructure investment space, gathering a lot of capital from investors. Now, looking at these numbers, KKR Infrastructure Conglomerate LLC and its broader platform are clearly in a major capital raising phase. They've brought in nearly $4 LLC and over $7.9 billion for the LLC and over $7.9 billion for the LLC and over $7.9 billion for the wider platform since they began. This shows a strong appetite from investors to put money into KKR's infrastructure deals. The unregistered sales are a typical way for private equity firms like KKR to quickly gather funds for their investment strategies without the lengthy process of public registration, especially targeting sophisticated investors who understand these types of alternatives. The sheer scale of these fundraising efforts suggests a confidence in their ability to identify and execute on profitable infrastructure projects across the globe. The key takeaway here is the massive amount of capital being raised. Billions of dollars indicate a high level of investor confidence and a strategic push into infrastructure. However, it's also important to remember that this is a private offering. Unlike publicly traded companies, there's less transparency on how every dollar is spent and how effectively these investments are performing on a day-to-day basis. The success hinges on KKR's management team and their ability to generate strong returns from these infrastructure assets. What do you think about KKR's aggressive fundraising strategy for infrastructure? Are they building a solid foundation for future growth, or are they raising too much too fast? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives into the financial world. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. We have a great community discussing these topics. Thanks for watching. See you next time.